Well, Gaffer, Barnet is the next pre-season friendly, and it's two 75-minute games, so you're looking to get as much out of it as possible.
Yeah, we are. I mean, obviously we're up in it as we go along, as expected, as we normally do. So we had the in-house game last week in terms of 175. Sorry, it was really good. What we got out of it in terms of the stats and the running and the intensity. I mean, it was very, very hot. We had to play it very early in the morning, but no, we got enough out of it. We're now up again 275 minutes on Saturday, 45 at the break, and then 30 minutes. So I think it's important that the players at this stage now start getting towards the 90-minute mark, which obviously we're doing.
Is it a case of now, as you progress through pre-season, you want to see different patterns of play, different formations? Are you looking for something specific from each game now?
Yeah, certainly in the last week, you're more based on the football side. Obviously, getting the base, doing the running, and then the football is kind of where we've been at, or football, running, then football. Now it's football, and if we need any extra, we'll do it extra. So yeah, it's definitely focused on the football, the tactical side of it, the technical side. But they've been good. I mean, delighted with the players, delighted with them, and they're looking good.
Yeah, there's always players in pre-season that probably go further into your thoughts than probably they were at the start. Have you found that this pre-season?
Yeah, you got one or two. To be fair, the lads have looked after themselves. That's why they're in such good nick. But yeah, you got one or two performances in games and you think that was good. I mean, Carl Barker, for example, at Chelsea. And he's had a really good pre-season, so that's a decision you need to make. That'll be based upon what we think's best for him in terms of, at the moment we've got Jack in there, we've got Granty in there, we've got Ethan, we've got Kyle. We're probably looking to bring in one more in that position, if not two, I've got to be honest. So we then would have to make a decision after that, but we'll wait and see.
Obviously Mo Isa completed his move to MK Dons, good move for all parties?
Yeah, it was. It had to be, really, because we wouldn't have let him go otherwise. But yeah, Mo, I spoke to him at the end of last season. Had a good conversation. Great lad. I really enjoyed working with him. He's a good player as well. When we changed formation to the 4-2-3-1, it was never really going to suit him, but it suited the team. And my decision is always going to be based on what suits the team as opposed to an individual. And he understood it. He got it. And then obviously as a striker it can be difficult having sporadic moments, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here. But a very, very popular lad. I think when you scored against Accrington you've seen the reaction of the players. But the one thing I like about Mo, he was a team player. He was the one probably that celebrated more than anyone when Jono scored the winning the goal that got us promoted. And that stuck with me. That I thought, do you know what? Here's a lad that hasn't played so much, has been frustrated, but brilliant in training. Is a great finisher. I think he's gone to a team where I know it was a good manager. Russell, know him very well. The way they played last season was very, very good in terms of on the eye, but they missed a goal scorer, a natural goal scorer, I felt anyway. They've now signed one and they get opportunities. He's probably going to score goals. I think he'll have a really good season. I hope he does. I wished him all the well, and we were left on good terms. The club got the best they could money-wise for him, and also it was a big wage off the wage bill.
Yeah. In terms of Jono, obviously he's been back in sort of sporadic training at the moment, isn't he, as he builds up his fitness towards playing some part in pre-season games to come. Of course, he joined so late last season, didn't he? So it's people always seem to forget that he didn't join until about week 4 of the season.
No, he didn't, and he was in no condition to really go. He was a bit in limbo whether he was going to come or not. He obviously didn't keep himself as fit as he should have. This season he's way ahead of that. He's been doing a lot of work because he's been doing his rehab for his calf problem. He's still a little bit behind the players. He came and trained with the first team yesterday and did 45 minutes, and you could see the excitement. He was desperate to be out there with them. Now we've got to make sure that we keep him calm and follow the process that we've been following. So he'll train again with us today. He'll do a session on Saturday. He will play 45 minutes against Oxford now on Wednesday, and then we'll see how he is after that.
Him and Jack, can they play together? That's what fans are asking at the moment. Can they do?
Oh yeah, I mean, look, they can. Yeah. You know, when you sign players, you have to look at, especially strikers. Can there be a partnership there? And they certainly can. I feel Jono and Jack would play well together. Jono's a good target man, good technique. Jack wants to run him through. We need a bit more of that. I have to say, we looked at it last season, and Mo's movement was in behind at times good, but he hasn't got the pace of Jack. Dems can do it at times, but whether he plays wide, when he plays up front, he prefers to come towards the ball a bit more. So we just needed a player that wants to run in behind. When it was Jack, it was a no-brainer. Look, if we add in 1 or 2 more players, my job as a manager is going to be difficult. It's going to be. I'm going to have choices to make. I'm going to have to make decisions, but that's a position I want to be in. You know, we're now in the Championship. This is a step up. We need a squad of 22, 21, 22 players that are all pretty much on a level playing field. Last season, listen, when we had our first 11 out, yes. After that, in League One you can get away with it, not in the Championship. So I'm going to be having to make decisions, upset people. Players are going to have to play really well to stay in the team, but I'm going to need them all, as I did last season, even more next season. But I feel if we get another 1 or 2 in, the quality of the squad's going to be better, and it needs to be simple as that.
I think it doesn't matter if you played 46 games last season. Ultimately, the competition for places is so strong now, particularly when you look at the centre half position, for example. You've got great options in there. Someone's going to miss out who obviously either played a large proportion last season or has come in during the summer.
Yeah, well, possibly 2 are going to miss out. You know, and but that's the way it has to be. You know, I would class 5 centre halves if we play a 3 at the back. I've got 4 if we play a back 4. You know, Tomo would come in as the 5th one if we play a 3. And then your 4 natural ones are Knighty, Frankie, Beeves, and Ronnie. I could play any of them. Any 2, any 3 of them would cope, no problem. And that's what I need. You go into the midfield, the ones we've brought in. We probably need to add a left-sided player, if I'm going to be honest. But when Jack and Jono are fit and flying, I've then got Jack, Jono, Sammy, H can play as a 10, Dembele. You know, decisions.
I'm going to.
Yeah, well, they won't, but I'll sleep all right. But this is what we need, and then we're going to strengthen the midfield a bit more. So this is what we need. I've got, to be fair, our recruitment's been non-stop, coming up with different ideas, and we've obviously had 1 or 2 things that haven't materialised, but not many. We've stuck to the game plan in terms of we're pretty much on the ball, still trying to get certainly the ones right at the top of the list, and we'll carry on going. And really, I think what will happen is if we can do our business before the start of the season, which we're hoping to do, then that will take care of that. And I feel that there'll be a really busy August in the window, and a lot of decisions will be made between the middle and the end of August, which we don't want to get into because we want to have done it by then.
And nice as well, obviously you've got regular under 23 football as well, which you're going to need, particularly given the strength of the squad. Absolutely.
We've got 3 groups: the youth team, the 23s and the first team, and that's something we kind of had last season. And what will happen, the 23s, Matty will take the games, and Matty will take them, so we've got another group, and then obviously we've got 25-30 competitive games for them. On top of that, they'll dip in with us, obviously, when we feel needed. So yeah, we're looking good. I've been pleased with pre-season, Phil, I've got to be honest, and obviously we've got the game tomorrow, and then after that, we do step up a bit, because Oxford and Portsmouth and Swindon be tougher opposition.
And just finally, we don't want to be presumptuous, but I'm assuming Mark Beevers carries on as captain, does he?
Yeah, see no reason to change anything there. Beevers is a good captain, a good leader. Like the players have got the respect for him. He was outstanding last season for us. Mark's had a very good pre-season. Looks fit, looks strong. Tom will be vice captain. Yeah, there's no reason to change these things. Sometimes managers can look outside and start making. There's no need at all. They're 2 very, very good leaders.